Have you ever wondered why some people can get thousands of views off of one video when they only have a few hundred friends? Or why Eddie Murphy slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars is talked about for weeks on end while thousands of other things are happening? The answer to that question is simple, and it involves algorithms. An algorithm, defined simply, is a program or system that decides which content they think you would like. In other words, it tries its hardest to keep you scrolling on your phone for hours. Social media didn't always have algorithms, and to learn more about why they exist, we have to go all the way back to when Facebook was first created. In order to learn more about them, we have to think about what social media was like back in the day, because as hard as it is to believe, Facebook only had 1 million active users when it first came out in 2004, so there wasn't much content to sift through. Originally, this site was only used between universities. The page looked like this, and you can see just how different it is from today. Also, side note, it was called thefacebook.com. Okay, moving on. The point I'm trying to make is that there weren't nearly as much stuff to see. Everything was written, and whenever you logged on, it was all sorted by chronological order. There were no suggestions to who you should talk to or what you should watch, and there were virtually no advertisements other than flyers that would show up on the sidebar. Even with Facebook's massive success off the rip, there were still many things to start improving. 2006, 7, and 8 were big years for the company, and this is where we see a lot of the things that we have today, such as mobile photo uploads, Messenger, friend suggestions, notification pop-ups, newsfeed updates, you get the point. And in 2009, Facebook makes its mark on the internet with their addition of the like button. Now, all users on Facebook were craving to be popular, and as a result, make more content. With the addition of the like button, Facebook can now understand what its users enjoy, and it can begin to learn what to suggest to keep them on the app as long as possible. This is where the period of addiction begins. Facebook was making its way into everybody's daily lives, and ad revenue started to skyrocket. Now, you don't have to be an expert on ads to understand how they make money. It's just like supply and demand. The more a post gets likes and views, the higher the price of the ad. Since Facebook was making its platform more and more addicting, the amount of people using its app was increasing by the day, and this meant more money. So this is how Facebook became so popular, and at this point, there were hundreds of thousands of pages. With all these different niche communities and types of content, Facebook wanted a way to show you what you were looking for. While nobody knows exactly how the algorithm works, researchers have found which types of content has been prioritized over the years, because the algorithm is constantly changing. Once the like button was introduced, Facebook started prioritizing things based on how many they had. This is what I like to call the age of popularity. This formula sticks for a long time, but in 2016, Facebook starts making initiatives towards demoting things that are overly promotional. They also allow users to select a see first feature, so if there's something you like, you can choose to have it pop up more. Facebook starts measuring the time spent on every post. This simply would measure a post value just based off of the time spent looking at it, regardless of whether or not you chose to like or comment. In 2017, Facebook added the reaction feature, so you could love something, be angry at it, laugh at it, or be sad. These reactions would weigh more than a simple like, and Facebook would also value the videos that kept users watching to the very end. In 2018, Facebook was under heat because critics accused them of increasing outrage, divisiveness, and political polarization. They were also accused of promoting misinformation and borderline content. This was because in 2018, Facebook's algorithm promoted things that sparked conversation or were considered meaningful interactions. This made posts from friends and family show up more and devalued content from brands unless they were more meaningful. But this is a point where Facebook valued engagement, good or bad, over quality content. In 2020, Facebook starts making strides towards investigating the credibility of news sources and to avoid spreading fake articles or misinformation. At this point, some users experience unnecessary bans because their content was valued as misinformation and lawsuits came as a result. In 2021, all of these things are used. Facebook can tell whether or not you prefer videos, pictures, news articles. It knows who you interact with, who your close friends are, and it knows what kind of signals you are most likely to engage with, whether it's comments or mutual friends. Demotions are applied to things that users say they don't like seeing, like clickbait or misinformation. The system then narrows things down to the most relevant post, and then a final score is applied, letting the algorithm know exactly what to show you. Facebook isn't the only platform to have algorithms. In fact, they're in virtually every social media that you use. While these systems are designed to personalize everything to your liking, many argue that these algorithms can hurt content creators or, even worse, censor them. In a world with 2.9 billion Facebook users, and with some friends lists reaching into the thousands, there's no clear answer as to what the solution is. If you want to return to the old school way of browsing Facebook, you can simply change the setting under Most Recent and scroll like it's 2008. Thank you for watching.